Hey, what's up everyone? This is Music Tech Help Guy, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to export and bounce in place multi-tracks from your drummer or drum kit designer instruments. For example, having individual kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, tom 1, 2, 3, hi-hat, overhead, etc. And we're going to be exporting and bouncing as audio files, so that you can use these audio files to mix your drummer or drum kit recordings just like you normally would do for a multi-channel drum kit recording. This comes from a question on my Logic Pro 11 Essentials Part 15 video that covers drummer and drum kit designer. Ankur Sharma Music asks, is there a way to export each channel as a track individually? Like I want different stems for each kick, snare, tom, etc. I think what you're really talking about here are multi-tracks, not stems. Although I think you could argue that some of these channels, if you export them, are actually stems and not multi-tracks. But I'm really more concerned about the multi-tracks. And Wonder Sings says, I've been doing it manually, converting the drummer track to MIDI, then dragging each part onto its own track. So that's just going to separate the MIDI data, but that's not going to export each channel as audio. Okay, so let me show you how to do this. I've got the Liverpool kit pulled up here. This is just the 60s songwriter. I'm using a drummer for this. I've got 3 different patterns that I've generated. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're using the multi-channel version of Drum Kit Designer or Drummer. And so you just select that channel, go over to your library, go to Drum Kit, go down to multi-channel kits, and then select that same kit as its multi-channel version. So we have Liverpool, and then here we have Liverpool Plus. So I'll select that. It's going to load up the multi-channel version of that kit. And now what you can see is we have a track stack here with individual auxiliary channels. Now, this is really cool because it does give you multi-channel mix control over the entire pattern. But what if you want to bring each of these channels over into another DAW, or maybe you just prefer working with them as audio? That's what I'm going to show you how to do here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to distinguish which channels are actual mic channels from the kit. And I realize that they're not real microphones here. Everything's sampled. But all of these channels here where it says drum kit, and then the ones that say drum kit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, these are all the multi-output channels coming from Drum Kit Designer. These are your actual channels. Everything else over here where you see buses as inputs, these are effects channels or summing channels. So you'll see that some of these channels are feeding signal with sends over to these effects channels. And in some cases, like with the kicks and snares here, you can see that there are kick and snare buses or submixes for those channels. Typically, what I do is I just mute all of the effects channels because these I really don't want in my export or in my bounce. You can always use them later if you really want, but for now, I'm just going to mute them. And then I'm going to select all of the channels inside of that track stack. I'm going to hold Option and reset all of their volumes. And I'm also going to reset all of the pans. And that's because I don't want the volume or pan information bounced into the audio files. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do this. You can export or you can bounce the tracks in place. Let me show you the export option first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the cycle range around the original drummer or MIDI regions. And one thing I just want to clarify here is you want to make sure that your song is finished in terms of like the composition, because we're going to be baking these things into audio files. So you may have, MIDI regions here, or you've gone in and you've tweaked your drum patterns a bit. This may be a full song. In my example here, we're stopping at bar 25 just for demonstration purposes, but this could be an entire track. This could be hundreds of bars worth of drums, and you just want to make sure that you select the cycle range around those drums. And I also like to leave a little bit of extra room at the end. Okay, so with just the channels inside of the track stack selected, you're going to go up to File, Export, and select 15 tracks as audio files, or whatever number of tracks you have selected, or you can press Command E. This is going to bring up the export menu, figure out where you want to export these. I'm going to create a folder in here called Drummer Export. There we go. For the range, you're going to set this to the cycle range. You can choose what file type you want. You can choose what bit depth you want. For multi-output software instruments, I like to choose 1 file per track. You can choose to include the audio tail. I typically do that. If there's any sounds that sort of linger and ring out, this will catch that and make sure to include that in the bounce. And if you want to bypass all of the effects plugins, you can do this as well. I typically recommend doing this because if you're really going to be mixing the drum kit yourself, you may want to remove all of those effects plugins that are on there. And then you can choose to normalize. In this case, I'll just choose overload protection only, and then we'll just click export. And it's going to export all of those channels within this cycle range. So let's go ahead and open up that folder. And here are all of my multi-tracks. I can just drag these in. It's going to ask me if I want to create new tracks. Yes, I do. And there we are. You can see we have all of the multi-tracks from that drummer instrument. What I'm going to do is just zoom up the waveform so we can see them a little bit better. You can see that nothing's on the hand clap track, and that's just because the claps weren't used. So I can go ahead and delete that. Also, the shaker wasn't used, so we can get rid of that. And the tambourine also wasn't used. But what we're left with is kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, high, medium, and low toms. So high, mid, low toms. Let's pull those up. Hi-hat, a leak track, overheads, room A and room B. And each of these tracks are going to be full volume. Each of the regions are going to be full volume because we reset the volume levels on all the channels inside of the track stack. So everything's going to be fully open, so you can mix these in whatever way you like. Now, another way to do this is you can bounce in place the tracks inside of the track stack, inside of the multi-channel drum kit designer or drummer instrument. Now, when you're doing it this way, you can't use the cycle range as your bounce range. So what you have to do is come all the way over here to the right side of your project and grab this and pull this in. This is your project endpoint. So you can just drag this and pull that in. Again, give it a little bit of a buffer there. And there we go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to select each of the channels that you want to bounce, and then go up to File, go down to Bounce, and then we're going to select Tracks in Place, or you can press Control-Command-B. We're going to put these on New Tracks, Include Instrument Multi-Outputs. Once again, we're going to bypass the effects plugins. I've found that sometimes if you don't bypass your effects plugins, there's like some weird delay compensation issue with the effects, and some of the channels are a little behind. So I always bypass my effects plugins when I do this because, I want to mix it myself. I want to start from scratch. I don't want to rely on Logic's effects or Logic's, preset mixing. And then you can choose to overload or not. Click OK, and that's going to bounce each of those tracks within the project range up to the endpoint. And the cool thing about this is some of these channels, the ones that didn't have anything on them, it's just going to ignore them. So I'm just going to hold Command and select the ones that were bounced. We're going to pull these up out of the track stack. There's no need to even have the track stack here anymore, so I'll just delete that, or you can hide it. Here are all of my multi-tracks. The auxiliary channels from the original track stack are all still in here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these. Let's delete all of these effects channels as well. And then one other thing you're going to want to do is each of these channels may still have some of the output routing on them, so I'm going to set those all to stereo out. We don't need these sends anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of the sends. And you'll see that all of the effects remain on those channels. So I've got my overheads, kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, hi-hat, tom, high, medium, and low, room A, room B. We can pull those room mics way down, and a leak channel. And again, I prefer to just kind of start from scratch. So if you don't like the effects that are on here, you can always click here and then select remove all effects plugins, and then you can start from scratch with your drum mix. So that's how you can export and bounce in place drum multi-tracks from multi-channel drum kit designer or drummer instruments in Logic Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. As always, thank you so much for the support, and thanks for watching.